Hi guys, the episode that you're just about to listen to is generously sponsored by our affiliates Board Game Crate. Board Game Crate provide a monthly subscription service where they get fresh new games delivered straight to your door. Just head over to www.boardgamecrate.co.uk, and furthermore, if you use our discount code UnluckyFrogIsAwesome, all lowercase, all one word, you'll get a cheeky little discount. It's easy to remember because it's true. Hello and welcome to the Unlucky Frog Gaming Podcast. You are joined by, I'd say, your usual hosts. I've been off for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But it's myself, Josh Hartley, and Ben Porter. Ben, how are we doing?
We're here and we're ready to talk about what we've been up to.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I missed last week's episode where you talked a little bit about character gen for Warhammer Fantasy.
We got quite deep, actually.
Right.
Well, last week we had Dave Morris and Jamie Thompson.
I beg your pardon, yes, of course.
From Spark Furnace on. But the week prior to that, it was Tom Mannering and myself. We talked a little bit about character gen. We'll probably talk a little bit about that.
I was going to say, so later on in the show, obviously, I've done a bit of character gen for my character.
Yeah. This is like probably the first chance we've had to regroup on it, as it were. So.
And then obviously we have plans to do things with these characters.
Yes, we do.
So we
allegedly
can talk about that as well.
Yeah.
But what news-wise has been going on in the world of tabletop?
So news-wise, we're not quite into the year yet, so
Dipped our toe into it.
But that being said, like Games Workshop are already going hell for leather with the releases. We've had we mentioned them previously, the Gloomspite Gets, which is the goblins and the Trogos. There's trolls.
Yeah.
But,
Come on, copyright.
Yeah.
Gotta use the copyrighted names.
But they all got a shiny new release.
They look fantastic.
They look phenomenal. I actually want to get the Dankhold Trogoth just to paint because he looks awesome.
I want you to get it for the name.
Yeah.
Dank.
The dankest troll. Yeah.
The dankest troll on the internet.
Yeah.
What do you think he looks like?
Like him?
Yeah.
Say no more.
Yeah. Just like get a little desktop computer on the base, please. Like,
just have him like grinning down at it maliciously. Yeah, his massive hammer. But the Gene Stealer Cults also getting a new release soon. They've shown some of the models.
Motorbikes ahoy!
Yeah, phenomenal stuff. They're also doing another box set for Age of Sigmar.
And this is the sort of model they've been doing with Warhammer 40k for a while.
In campaign boxes, essentially.
Yeah, you get it's still like a starter set, but it's different models, which is cool. So what's coming up in the new Age of Sigmar one?
Carrion Empire, it's called, and it's Flesh Eater Courts versus Skaven.
Oh right.
And they're not just getting a new box set. Each of those alliances, for want of a better word, because there's a whole bunch of armies encompassed within each of them. They are both getting new battle tomes.
Okay, nice.
And they're both getting new endless spells as well.
Oh.
Yeah, so it seems like everyone's getting a bit of love in Age of Sigmar, which is great, because I think for a long time there was this fear amongst the community that some of the older factions, the older ranges, were going to get left behind, and that's definitely not the case. Because
always encouraging to see as well.
Yeah, because I mean that's pretty much so far been the sort of mission statement, if you will, for this year for Games Workshop, because the Goblins got a bunch of new stuff.
Yep.
And it's that they've not revamped them like the way they did the Orcs. It's the Goblins we all know and love with the little pointy hoods and the squigs and all that. And the same goes for the Skaven and the Flesh Eater courts. More of the same.
No, but it's good though, because I remember in the days of Warhammer Fantasy where so some armies just never got a release.
Yeah,
it was with Bretonnians still on like the 6th edition book.
Do you know they've actually been quite tongue in cheek with the Carrion Empire stuff? Because whenever someone complains about Bretonnians not being there anymore, people always say, "No, they're there."
Yeah,
it's the Flesh Eater courts.
They just think they're Bretonnians,
but they've actually got like Bretonnian iconography on the new Hindless spells for the Flesh Eater courts.
Oh, amazing!
The fleur de lis and all that, which I thought it's nice to see companies, having a bit of joke with the fans like that.
So no, but in all seriousness, no, that's really great because it means that if you have a big collection that you've invested in, you'll get a bit of love a bit more frequently than once every 5-10 years.
You're going to have a reason to dust them off.
Yeah,
which is great.
So that's good.
Kill Team Arena.
Yep,
is coming out. I think it's either. At the time this goes out, I think it will be out in the wild.
Oh right.
And it's basically a box set with a board and some bits and pieces of terrain, and the ethos behind this is really to ramp up the competitive side of Kill Team, in that you basically have like predetermined arenas or boards that can be used in tournaments, and that's only fair that people are in a competitive environment are all competing in the same environments.
Yeah, and it's interesting that GW are now taking more of an approach to organised play in their game design as well, right? I mean, that was abundantly clear in Warhammer Underworlds, right? But spilling over that same sort of philosophy, spilling over into Kill Team.
They actually had the same team that worked on Underworlds working on Kill Team.
Interesting.
So I think it's definitely a group of guys and girls who understand what a competitive gamer wants a bit more intimately than perhaps some of the other designers do.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that if you're not a competitive gamer that you can't still enjoy them, because I know a lot of folk run campaigns for both systems. But the last bit of Games Workshop news is the new warbands for Night Vault.
Yes. What is imminently being released?
So we've got Molog's Mob, which I think is coinciding with the release of the Gloomspite Gits, because it's a Dankhold Trolloth.
I love them dank trolls.
With his 3 minions.
Yeah. These were teased late last year and they looked fantastic, particularly the troll.
Yeah. Well, he was actually the first Night Vault model revealed.
Yeah. But he's stunning.
Yeah. Really cool
mushrooms
model.
all over him.
Yeah, really characterful, like grumpy, sort of pushed in face.
Yeah.
And the droopy ears and all that. I've seen his stats. He is officially the single most powerful fighter in the game now.
Yeah. I can't imagine his minions are particularly good, though.
They've all got their own sort of weird rules. Like the Stalag Squig doesn't move.
Oh.
he doesn't move. But he's got 2 defense dice.
Right.
And you get to plonk him down after everyone's deployed.
Oh, right.
So I think you can basically plonk him down to be a nuisance to people.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how people use that warband going forward, because I think it's the weirdest warband we've had. Like, weirder than the goblins.
It's cool that they're pushing the envelope a bit in that.
Yeah. The other warband is the Godsworn Hunt.
Yes.
Which is like OG Chaos.
Yeah, this is your 1980s good old-fashioned listening to thrash metal, drinking real ale.
Yeah, like hair metal, barbarian type warband.
Yeah.
And also they have a dog.
Also, who doesn't love a dog?
Yeah. Apparently Games Workshop love a dog, because that's a thing they've been doing a lot.
Yeah.
It's like having little pets shoehorned wherever they can.
Do you think we'll get like a side project from Games Workshop, which is a bit... what was the website back in like the early noughties? Neopets.
Yeah.
We'll get like a Warhammer 40k equivalent of Neopets.
Like Warhammer Crufts or something like that.
Isn't that basically what the Golden Demon is?
I guess, yeah. Yeah.
Except it's not televised.
Yeah.
And
it's not exclusively pets.
Yeah.
So.
And the models aren't hurt. So.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. That's dark, but sadly true.
It is.
So,
yeah. Yeah. Okay. Crufts is a horrible tradition.
Moving on.
Yeah.
We got a new set for Magic the Gathering. Yay! I went to pre-release. It was awesome.
Yeah. How'd you do?
Yeah. Average 2 and 2.
Okay.
1-2 lost 2. I was playing as the Cult of Rakdos, which is black and red, and you're just doing things as fast as possible. So
like a burn deck.
Yeah. So it's fun. The new set continues in the trend of the previous. Sorry, I'll give it its name. Ravnica Allegiances.
Okay.
It's continuing in the trend of Guilds of Ravnica. We're still set on the plane of Ravnica, this giant Budapest, Prague style city.
Sure.
That's governed by these 10 guilds. So we've got the 5 other guilds in this set. And I'm really impressed with, one, how fun the limited environment is. Sealed's great, draft is great. But 2, it's really evident that the new play design team that Wizards have brought in to sort of sense check like how competitive the standard format is, they're doing a fantastic job, because basically whatever you want to be doing in this standard format, be it a controlling deck, an aggressive deck, something a bit more like combo, you can be doing that, and it's all feels very rock paper scissors, which is great. It's great fun, and it's fantastic that there is no one like boogeyman. Basically, there's not one deck that everyone who wants to win is just playing. Sure. So I've been having a ton of fun with a deck called 4 Colour Gates. So one of the win conditions for this deck is a card called Gatebreaker Ram, which is a sheep, basically.
Yeah, a ram, right.
So it's 2 power, 2 toughness for 3 mana. That's not great, right? But it gets stronger for each gate that you play. The gates are these land types in Ravnica. And so what this deck does is it plays loads of those gates. So you get a swole goat that's been going to the gym, just beating your opponent up.
A gate goat.
A gate goat, goat gate.
Yeah.
So so that's just a dumb deck to play, but it actually is surprisingly effective.
Yeah.
So been having a lot of fun with that.
It's always nice when you design something around a daft gimmick where you just think that's going to be fun, but it actually works quite well.
It's like, I don't know who to credit this deck for, actually, because like I first saw it on Jeff Hoagland's channel on YouTube. Jeff Hoagland is a Twitch streamer. He does viewer submission decks.
An influencer.
Yes, influencer.
Apparently we're influencers.
But who are we influencing?
Just each other, really.
Yeah, probably. But I don't know. So obviously, because it's a viewer-submitted deck for Jeff, I don't know where it came from originally, or if a few people had arrived at that deck at the same time.
If you created that deck and are listening, then
you happen to be listening to our podcast.
Get in touch with us.
Yeah,
I'd like to give you credit.
Yeah, exactly. But I got the idea from Jeff, so props to him for playing it. Current standard, a ton of fun. Looking forward to playing more of it.
Well, it's good. It's good to hear that it's in good shape, because I think people towards the sort of tail end of last year were not feeling too great about the shape of the game.
Before Ravnica, before we had the big rotation, like when basically we got Kaladesh set, got shot, then it improved massively. So let's hope it continues.
And I guess as much as some people will say that, well, this is just repurposed content, at the same time, there'll be a whole generation of Magic players just coming through that this is new to them.
Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, the vast majority of these sets are not reprints as well. These are all like new cards. They're just set in a previous setting.
Yeah.
And this is the third time we've been back to Ravnica now. So.
But it's a setting that a lot of people will not have explored yet, right? Because it's the same idea with Pokemon, because a lot of people decry that getting so many iterations, but I remember actually talking to it was one of the trips we did down for a border skirmish at Warhammer World,
down to Nottingham,
and I was talking to a couple of guys that are a little bit younger than me. They were playing Pokemon, and one of them was saying that Trico's the best Pokemon, and I had to object to that because everyone knows it's Mudkip.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's even an internet meme about it.
Yeah. But we got talking, and it was... I don't think I'm maybe understating it. Like, they were a wee bit odd at the fact that like I was like one of the first kids to play the Pokemon games when they came in the West. Mm-hmm. Like, I think their minds were sort of slightly blown by that. Cause
like, you played Red?
Yeah. They were like, what Pokemon did you pick? And all that. I was like, well, I was
Gather round.
Yeah. I was a Squirtle man back in the day, yes.
Squirtle was my choice as well, funnily enough.
Yeah, but there's something quite nice about that like, for them, it was all new.
Aye.
And so it meant that where the first time we had experienced the world of Kanto and Pokemon, it was in Red and Blue version.
Yeah.
For them, it would have been Fire Red and Leaf Green on the Advance.
Wow.
It's weird.
It just makes me sad that there are people younger than me. So, but yeah, no, you're absolutely right. The last time we were on Ravnica was just when I started playing Magic, which is about 5-6 years ago.
And do you know, you don't need to feel bad about getting older, because the cool thing is that you get to become like the grizzled veteran.
Yes, gather round.
Yeah, you get to be like. Eventually, we'll get to be like the old crazy guys.
Yeah.
I've seen some shit in my time.
We're just so. Are we still the young crazy guys? Like,
I think we're like the. Yeah, we're
getting on.
Yeah, no, I think we are still young, because I mean, like, people are living longer. I think, to be honest, you're considered young up until you're like in your 40s.
I like that thought. Yeah,
no,
I'll take that.
No, I'm not even kidding. My mum will refer to 40-year-old men as like wee boys.
Aye, but how have they behaved to be referred
to?
Right, oh, right,
no,
okay.
She'll just say that,
like
or she'll go like, oh yeah, that wee lassie, and I'm like, Mum, she's 35, she has 3 children. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I suppose it's all perspective, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's relative, right?
Yeah,
like, we probably seem really old to like high schoolers.
Yeah. Oh God.
But
aye. It's like that awful moment when you. I remember we went out in Scott's stag do last year, going to a club and just being, I am way too old. Like, good Lord,
it's past my bedtime.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Man.
But it's nice to see people discovering something that you already have, and being as excited and awed as you were.
Yeah, I think, and Ravnica is a great. I think Ravnica's probably like the most recognisable setting for Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, I think. I don't
know how you feel as like an outsider to
no,
that
I would
hobby.
say so. Like to me, it's that. I guess the in a sort of ham-fisted way, the way I would describe it is, if someone asked me to describe the Magic universe, I would probably say, well, it's like it's magic, but it manifests in this sort of pseudo-scientific way.
Yeah,
where it's like used to power like weird sort of steampunky machinery and stuff like that.
Well, that's very like Rakdos. Not Rakdos, is it? Is one of the guilds in Ravnica,
and
is
they're
all
probably
about that.
like the most recognisable.
Yeah,
of those guilds. So yeah, I would say that's probably where the Magic brand is at its strongest.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
they made a D&D book about it, right? So
yeah, I really hope they do more, like in other planes.
Yeah,
because can you imagine how awesome an Innistrad one? Innistrad being like the gothic horror setting.
Well, I'd quite because there's a Lovecraft one, but then you'd argue that's a wee bit done to death. But I think
I would
D&D and the Conquistador pirate dinosaur.
Oh yeah, Ixalan.
Can you imagine like doing a campaign in that?
That would be awesome. Playing a crew of pirates.
Yeah.
Landing in Ixalan, like fighting dinosaurs and vampires and merfolk.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah. Robbing all the booty, getting drunk. Yeah, sounds good. Let's do it. I want to be a pirate.
I mean, do you want to like go in at like 11 and be a conquistador vampire, or are you just like a regular pirate that's like, whoa, did not expect the new world to be like this.
Whoa,
yeah,
there's raptors.
Yeah, chill out.
I'll just hang back on the ship.
Yeah,
like just drink some rum.
It'd be a bit like Pirates of the Caribbean. Playing a campaign like that, I think
that'd be awesome.
You know, that the sort of nautical adventures blended with all this weird.
I've got a feeling Wizards of the Coast have done some like one-shot settings. Like I think they've done one for Ixalan and one for Kaladesh. I've got a weird feeling, but I'd have to look that up.
An Ixalan book, though.
Yeah, a whole book about running a campaign there. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Like dinosaur mounts and stuff like that.
Oh. I want a dinosaur mount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a big feathery, like raptor type creature.
Do I get a lance?
I'd quite like a pterodactyl.
Oh, that's cheating though. You get to fly.
And a harpoon gun.
Right, you're just going way off track now.
It's like skewering vampires.
Oh, the harpoons are little crosses.
Yeah.
Yes. That's so badass.
It's like dipped in holy water. Just like nuking them with.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry, we digress.
Yes.
So that's the new Magic set out. Just in terms of what else we've been up to, then we mentioned right at the start, I've done my character gen for Warhammer Fantasy. So it's really different to Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder in how you go about it. It's a lot more random. You did like the complete random element, didn't you?
I did the random element and actually rolled a dwarf.
So it was meant to be, clearly.
Yeah. And I think Tom said it's like a 3 in 100 chance to roll that or something like that. It's absurd. I was a bit. I rolled. I'm a human, but when it came to my career, I had a choice between. I went with Witch. Pretty sure one of my other choices was Wrecker, which is like one of the river folks that are kind of like pirates that try and shipwreck like
people.
A scavenger.
Yeah, and the other one, can't remember the proper title, was basically a prostitute. So I elected not to be the prostitute.
That could have been funny though.
Yeah, but I quite like the idea of being a witch. So my character is Gottfried Brandt.
Yeah. Just to say that being a witch in the Warhammer Fantasy universe is probably more dangerous than being a prostitute.
Well, yes.
Because it's a sort of feudal society. They're very superstitious, very fanatical, and if there's even a sniff of chaos about you,
so I'm thinking to myself, oh great, I get to be a spellcaster. This will be fun, right? Thinking I'm a spellcaster like I'm in Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Yeah.
No, I get 3 spells.
Okay,
right?
but they could still be good ones.
No, there's things that you just kind of get for free as a spellcaster in other RPGs.
Right.
Is an actual spell, like so light, just illuminating something, or dazzle, make an enemy blind for 1 single round of combat. I picture that as just being pocket sand, like just chucking a load of sand at someone's face.
Quickly lights a firecracker.
Yeah. Magic is very. I think the whole system though is very down-powered. Does that make sense? Sorry, but like.
No, it does, because I think in the Warhammer Fantasy universe, and this fits in very well with the tone of the world. is the odds are stacked against you.
Yeah.
Because that's how it was in the old world. Because we played a lot of the tabletop war game.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much
every battle was a bloodbath.
Every battle was a bloodbath, but it was also there was this real atmosphere of it's a matter of time before chaos
just wins,
consumes the world.
Yeah.
You don't have that so much in Age of Sigmar because you've got the salvation of the Stormcast Eternals as whatever creepy form that might take.
Yes, exactly.
But it's a very gloomy, oppressive universe. I think the fact that you play this pleb type character in the universe just makes everything feel that bit more grim.
Yeah. So, of course, we haven't created these characters for no good reason.
No.
Mr. Mannering is currently working away at writing it or coming up with a campaign for us to play in, and we are going to record all of that for your audio pleasure.
Well, we're going to try a few different formats.
Yeah.
Right? We're maybe going to do a couple of written articles as well.
Yeah.
Because I think we'd even suggested maybe like doing like journal entries in character, that kind of thing.
That would be cool.
We might have a go at taking it to YouTube, maybe recording it, tidying it up a bit. But we'll experiment with it.
Yeah, exactly. So just watch this space anyway, and we'll keep you all up to date on that.
Yeah.
The other thing I got up to recently, it was the launch of Tabletop Scotland ticket sales. Woo! Just last week. So I popped up to Perth, to the Dewars Centre, where the convention will be happening.
Yep.
We were chin-wagging with some of the good and the great from the Scottish tabletop scene. Plenty of familiar faces, obviously. All four of the Tabletop Scotland guys were there.
Yep.
But we had Kenny from Dice Roll Cafe was there. We had you interviewed him last year, one of the local councillors.
Andrew Parrott, yeah.
Andrew was there. Yeah, I had a good chat with him, and it's great to hear an outsider's point of view.
He bought a few games at the convention because he came along.
Yeah, and
his credit.
He was telling me he's hoping to spend a bit more time there this year, but also just telling me how great this is for the people of Perth as well, to bring in some tourists and some income. So
it was so bizarre talking to him because he's very proper,
very posh.
I think he actually went to the military and all that, so he went to officer training and all that. So he's very posh, speaks with, I guess you would call it like RP type accent. So he was there when I went up, and there was another woman there. And so all I knew was that there was a Tory councillor and an SNP councillor. I could have not been more wrong about which was which. I was really surprised that Andrew Parrott was the SNP guy.
But yeah, so he was there as well.
He's a really nice guy, actually.
Amongst many others, and we had we played. We got a chance to play a few games. Duncan brought along Clask, which I'd heard of before.
That's right, yeah.
This is the sort of weird
like
table.
Hockey. Yeah.
It's so strange, but really strangely compelling to watch as well.
Danish.
I think so. Yes, that was really good fun to play. I was not good at it, but there we go.
Yeah.
I can live with that. We played Railroad Inc.
This is the roll and write game, isn't
it? Yeah. That was neat. Cool Mini are not continuing the trend of the best games that they make don't involve any miniatures. So, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. And it's a nice price point as well. I think you can pick it up for £20-25, which is it's a good game for that.
There's
kind
a little
of money.
part of me that feels that, considering all the talk about global warming and the environment and being responsible with resources, a roll and write game is a little bit wasteful.
Well, it's not paper that you use.
Is it not?
No, it's a laminate board, and it's erasable pens.
There you go.
So there we are.
Yeah.
They thought of everything.
Yeah,
they thought of everything. So we played that. We played Quirkle, which is a tile-playing game. Kind of think like dominoes, except with colours and shapes.
Okay, yeah.
No big deal. I did win that game. Just saying.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just saying, Ben.
Yeah, we heard.
Just saying.
Yeah.
And just got to hang out and chat with some lovely people.
I heard ticket sales were
they were going well,
noticeably quicker than last year, which is great.
Very encouraging. So by all means, folks, get yourself along to Tabletop Scotland's website. We'll link it in the show notes, and get yourself your ticket bought. It's just a really big button on the front page, so you cannot miss it. We will indeed be there, of course. We are the media partners. So exciting announcements coming up over the year in the run-up. So
before we wind up, I actually backed another Kickstarter.
Ooh, which one?
I know we've been quite critical of Kickstarter.
A little.
And with good reason. There's a whole bunch of episodes where we've spoken about that, so I'll not go into all of that just now. But there was a game called Parks.
Right.
That it just looks absolutely stunning. I could not pass it up.
Okay.
5% of the proceeds are going to the national parks in the USA.
Okay, that's good. Good cause.
And it's full of artwork, and it's basically a game where you are touring the national parks of America.
Oh,
but they've got all this sort of lithograph style artwork for it. It looks
weird.
Absolutely phenomenal. It looks so good. I almost don't care how good the gameplay is. And it's due to ship in August as well.
Oh right, wow, that's quick.
So that's one of the reasons I thought, right, well, there's a whole bunch of reasons that I thought, no, I'm going to back this because it looks good. But there was another project that I'm not going to name, but it was due to ship in 2020.
Oof.
So this is part of the problem with...
Well, okay, 2020 sounds a long way away.
Yeah.
It is only a year.
It was only a year, but you're £50 out of pocket for a year.
Well, that's true. It's just 2020 does sound far in the future.
And it's back to this thing that we've said again, that you really should be going to Kickstarter when you've got more or less a finished product. And I'm not... I suspect they may be using the Kickstarter to waive some of the development costs. Which there's a certain argument that that's what it's designed to do in the first place, but the reality is that you can call it Kickstarter as much as you want, but it really is like a pre-order platform.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that you need to be planning accordingly. Yeah. But check out Parks. We'll put a link to that Kickstarter in the description. It looks amazing.
Awesome. Looking forward to trying it when it lands in the summer.
And you know, we'd actually said about the koi artwork being so good that they should sell prints of it. They're selling prints of the Parks artwork.
Oh,
which is a pretty clever decision, I think.
There we go.
They actually have them for sale, and they're doing the Kickstarter to finance the production of the game.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
So it seems as though they've got a pretty well thought out strategy for that.
Good stuff. Right, I think on that note, we'll just wrap things up. But guys, thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. Sorry, I'm laughing because I never do that. But yes, thanks again, and we'll catch you next time.
There's a very dark joke that we have that's attached to that.
We will not go into on air.
Anyway.
Bye. Bye.